But I want to show you guys something different outside of the park. I hope everyone enjoys it. We'll go inside and show you guys around. See if they're doing anything at the little animal hospital. I'm not sure that they are, but we'll check it out. And it's air conditioned in here too, so on a warm day. So, pretty neat. So let's take a walk around. Oh. Is there 2 ways or just one? Okay. I haven't been over here in a while, so I was like, is there more than one way to go? So it looks like here's where the animation experience is, and it looks like Timon would be the star of this show here, and it looks like they would do Nala. Everyone is going to be different, all the animation experiences, but here's the seats you would sit at. They give you a clipboard, you can draw along here. So it's usually about a 25-minute experience. And again, we did it at Festival Park. Let's see if there's any facts here. Destroying rainforests for economic gain is like burning a Renaissance painting to cook a meal. Edward O. Wilson. Vast acres of rainforest vanish each year, then flowers, insects, and birds disappear. Interesting. Okay. What's back there? What is it? Oh, it's Rafiki meeting. Okay, we can just walk by. Yep, look guys. Look, Rafiki. He must be tired from the Lion King show. So he was just meeting over here. So what's in there? So look at that. You meet Rafiki. I was trying to show me. Ew, a snake. Look guys. There's a snake in here. I'll zoom in. Hold on. Right there. Do you guys see that? Wow. Okay. Gross. I don't like snakes.
Better than being in your booth.
Yeah, that's true.
Starting with Timon, then Rafiki's coming back after that.
Timon, and then, oh, let's see, Rafiki's walking out. We'll let him walk through here. Hi, Rafiki.
Peekaboo.
Hi. He was playing peekaboo with everybody. That's so funny. Okay, let's walk around so you guys can see they're going to have facts, character meet and greets, a drawing experience, and then we can walk through the animal hospital. We'll go this way. See what else they have. Hope you guys are still able to see everything up close and clear. So here are some of the examples of what they feed here at Animal Kingdom. So you guys can see the nutritionist, they have everything set up here in the windows. Do you see anything in here? A boa? Oh wow.
You can kind of see his tail drape.
That's not now. Oh my gosh, I'm totally freaked out right now. Okay guys, there's a boa constrictor in here. Can you guys see it? Another snake. Are you sure? Where? Okay, let me see if I can zoom in more. Over the branch, like right there. It's so interesting, but interesting. It like freaks me out. And you can just see it laying all the way across. So you guys can see the head is right here. It's just so fascinating that they keep things like that. And I do see, oh, a red tarantula in there. Right there. You guys see that? Ew. How creepy. Yeah. So we'll move on to some other fun stuff rather than reptiles and amphibians here. So they have more tarantulas, they have scorpions, all in these right back here. Just imagine, they even have on the wall a black widow. Like, yeah, we have had those at our house actually. You guys never seen a black widow in person? That's really scary because they are poisonous. And we actually saw them at our house when we first moved in. Yeah, there is a turtle. It looks like he's trying to get up there a little bit. Aw. Looks like he's trying to find his way around. Oh, I think we're done looking at snakes, right? So another snake he was pointing out, but kind of creepy over here. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Oh yeah, there's a blue-tongued skink, it's called. I guess it's related to the iguana family here. Amphibians. Looks like he's probably hanging on his heat rock. And a lizard. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, it is a crocodile. You can tell too. Look at his body. Some creatures you may never even seen before. Okay. Did I see Rafiki? That was pretty cool. He was playing peekaboo with everyone. Okay, so more amphibians. I don't think they're working on anything in here, but we'll see. We'll look over there in a second when it's not so busy. I can show you guys inside and where they do some and take care of the animals. Let's see, I'm just going to walk over here. If there's anything back there. I'll show you guys a clear view in a second, where they do some medical things and CAT scans, x-rays, things like that. And where they take care of all the animals that we can see on the safari and at Animal Kingdom Lodge here at Walt Disney World. They take care of them here. You guys can see the MRI machine back there, a CAT scan machine. So it's pretty cool. So a look at where they take care of everybody. And yeah, see Minnie Mouse over there. Yep, she's sitting over there. So pretty interesting for the lab.
They took some images of that.
So x-rays that they do. So
but since ours live here,
just taking care of animals here.
They don't necessarily have a whole lot of things to keep their teeth filed down.
In here, looks like they're working, learning all about hormones and animals and how they go about their day, their behavior. Maybe if they're acting a certain way one day that they can kind of figure out, or they know what they're doing. We may not know, but they know because they're the experts in here. And it says for social animals, our keepers collect data on who is spending time with who. Using the data, they create network diagrams that show us the different relationships in the group. So every animal acts and reacts different depending on the environment that they're in. The other side of that animation experience, so you would sit over here. They have a lot of screens set up and seats. And again, it's all air conditioned back here, so which is really nice. We're gonna go outside and look at some of the pets too with the petting zoo. So see if anyone's out there playing with animals. So we just took a little trip over here, learn all about nature, Disney's Animal Kingdom. Walt Disney here with some penguins. And the opening of Animal Kingdom, it opened in 1998, which we know it opened around Earth Day. So in the late 1930s, the Walt Disney Studios began work on a project that departed from all previous strides in animation. All the animal cast in the feature film Bambi. So you can read some of these facts here. So just so interesting, just an interesting place to come and learn if you're into that kind of thing. And again, you get out of the heat and away from the park for a little bit. Okay, there we go. It was closing, so I guess that's why. Okay, so let's see if they have anybody back here. Let's see if I can show you guys some animals. Maybe we can just walk on this side. I'm not going to walk in there, but I'll show you guys on this side. So, people are in there petting, and look at this guy. It's lunchtime. So look at him. Oh my. So she's petting him, and there's these other ones, these goats here. Look at this, guys. Look at them. They're all having their lunch, so hanging out. So, and there are people in there experiencing that as the animal keepers are feeding them. They have this guy over here, or these people over here. He looks like he wants to go in. Right there. Looks like he wants to go in. We have this one. So just a little area. You can come and pet animals. They do make you sanitize your hands before and after your experience, which is great. Is there a show here? So a care story begins at 1.
1:10.
Oh, there's no care story. Unless they already did it. You think they're waiting? Okay.
I'm not checked off the work, all the animals that we have.
Let's see if we
here.
can
So
learn a
have
little bit
set
more
of
about
processes
some
to check off on
animals.
Working animals in our outdoor show or talking them in a show. So Reggie's in the process of learning how to work our next guest. So she's going to kind of be up here on the stage, kind of watching and learning some things. So you'll see a couple extra people up here. But we're going to release our next guest, and you guys tell me what you think he is once Ashley comes on out here. Like I mentioned, we have a theme to our show today. We had our prehensile tail porcupine. This is Spruce. What is Spruce?
Oh,
What if I mentioned he lives right here in North America? Yeah, he's a North American porcupine.
there's a
So
porcupine.
a little bit closer to home here is Spruce, our North American porcupine. Now,
He's peeking over that
unfortunately,
little
these guys
block.
do not live naturally down here in Florida. It's a little too warm for them, but they tend to be up in the northern
like
parts of the
walking out.
United States and then out west and things like that. You're going to find them a bit more. Now, since he is a North American porcupine, the North and South American porcupines I mentioned have the barbs on their quills. So he also has those barbs. You can't see them. They're nice invisible little fish hooks that will stick into the threat, the predator, whatever is bothering him. So when he defends himself, he will take those quills and actually stand them up on end. So he makes himself look as big as he can. Carrie will do the same thing. She can raise and lower those quills to kind of make herself look a little more intimidating. And he has kind of a wide, flat tail on his back end. It's very different than Perry's. And what his does is he, a lot of times in the wild, he's just going to tuck in next to a tree limb, and that tail is going to kind of help stabilize him when he's walking or when he's kind of sleeping. A lot of times people may not even realize that there is a North American porcupine because of how dark he is in the shaded forest. He's going to be nice and camouflaged. Now, they will go down from time to time to move from place to place to another tree. And unfortunately for them, they do have to cross roads. And you might notice that our friend Spruce here is not the fastest of animals. So cars is not a natural habitat not a natural predator for these guys, but something that they have to worry about when they're trying to navigate out there in their habitat.
That's so cool.
There he goes. Now he is also getting parts of his diet. Just like Perry, he is also an herbivore. But Spruce here is also working for pieces of coconut. That's one of his favorite things that he gets out here. So we save that for his training as well. So he will get pieces of like apple and sweet potato and things like that. And he also gets a little bit of a fatty patty, although his is going to probably start decreasing because he's gaining weight like we want him to, but a little too much weight. So that's kind of a game we play. We weigh all of our animals, at least smaller animals, once a week. So we are able to monitor if they're losing a lot of weight, if they're gaining a lot of weight. And we talk with our nutritionalists, and they can help us figure out the best schedule for some of their things. We might do a diet increase or diet decrease depending on their weight. Now, he also has about 30,000 quills on his body. So it's a good way for protecting himself. Now, we want to do some training with him, particularly for voluntary injection. So, and like I mentioned before with our training, we try to participate, get them to participate in their healthcare. For our friend Spruce, he uses the exact same contraption that we use for Perry for ultrasound, but for him, he'll kind of stand up on it, and he has a lot of loose skin kind of in the folds of his legs, and that's where we're able to give him an injection. So it's a lot easier than having to kind of push him down, give him a little shot real quick. He's not going to enjoy that. We aren't either. But by having him stand up there, have the vet techs get used to pulling out his skin. Anytime he's getting a lot of coconut when he sits up there, which is his favorite. So that's some of the things we do. So you'll see him climb on down here. Very speedy, of course. So, yeah, you're gonna miss him. Here he comes. Good job, Spruce. Now he also sheds his quills just like Carrie does as well. There are much larger porcupines that live over in Asia and Africa. They do not live in the trees. They live on the ground. And they have bigger predators to deal with, things like African wild dogs, hyenas, lions, things like that. So their quills are a lot bigger and thicker. And so they can leave a really big puncture wound into an animal, but they don't stick into them. They do not have the barbs on them, but again, a very large wound. So you can imagine an animal gets stuck on their side or their face. He's not the cleanest of creatures either, so he has a lot of dirt and funk on those quills. So an animal could run the risk of getting an infection as well. So hopefully they learn not to tangle with these guys. So he's also trained with this target pull as well. It's just a way for us to kind of redirect him to whatever we need to. If we need to refocus him on something, it's a lot easier as well. Now what makes him a rodent are his teeth. I don't know if you guys saw the orange on the front of his mouth. Yeah, those are his incisors. All rodents' incisors grow their whole life. They don't have roots in them like ours do, so they grow and grow and grow. So rodents chew on a lot of things. That's why rodents leave a big mess behind, because they have to chew on a lot of things to wear their teeth down. So we mentioned that Mr. Spruce was probably going to need a diet decrease soon. So this is where this comes into play. So Mr. Spruce is usually really good at everything out here, except for exiting the stage sometimes. So a lot of times when we get ready to have him exit the stage, he's like, I don't know, let's see. These guys like to mark things, so sometimes if he feels like he hasn't properly marked everything when Spruce was here, he will go and do a second lap, and then sometimes come back and exit. So we'll see what he does.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's center of attention.
The good thing is it's not like he's super fast, so we feel pretty confident we're not going to lose him, so it's just good. But they have a really good sense of smell, so Terry was out here right before this. So she's a girl and he's a boy. So even though they're different types of porcupines, there's all sorts of smells going on out here. This is him marking. Like, this is my little steps right here. He has a little thing that he scents that's right underneath his tail. Are we done? No. Maybe. Do you guys have any questions about our porcupines? He could be here a while. What was that? He lives in trees. Yeah. So the North and South American porcupines tend to all mostly hang out in the trees mostly. They will go to the ground, like I said, to kind of move around from place to place. And then the porcupines over in Asia and Africa live on the ground.
On the other side of the
So,
stage.
but they're much bigger. They don't have the barbs on their quills, but they have much larger quills. So for the North American porcupines, it would be a little similar to the prehensile tail porcupines. When they're younger, birds of prey, because they don't really have feeling in their talons, they could pick up the babies. Also, cats species. Dogs for these guys too is a big one. Dogs tangle a lot of times with porcupines. If they can get him on the front part of his body, he's vulnerable. So he has to keep this area pointed towards the threat. So if they get him onto his belly, he's done for, unfortunately. Yeah. Do you have a question?
It's on the other side.
So spruce is the only North American porcupine. That's the only one that lives in North America. And he looks a lot different than the South American porcupines. They have those really long tails. They have a prehensile tail, so they can kind of wrap it around. Spruce doesn't have a tail that long. So they have just different looks to them, but they have similarities in where they like to live and what they like to eat. Any other questions?
Cool to learn about porcupines.
Yes, go ahead.
It's kind of cool.
It's really, because on the outside you can't really tell much of a difference. Sometimes the boys are a little bit bigger in size than the girls. So for the most part, it's just boy parts and girl parts, honestly. So.
And they have a pollination garden here at Rafiki's Planet Watch. Butterfly-friendly gardening tips. And they'll have a butterfly garden there too, a flower garden. So we'll be going there as well. Oh yeah, you can hear it. I think there was more people over here than I thought there was going to be. Right? Back on the fancy train. It's in the front if we can get one. I was originally gonna do that, but I thought it was low and I thought the bar would be in the way. But I guess since we're up, then I guess maybe it doesn't matter. Yeah, we'll just try to go down here, I think. Everybody went to the front, so we're just gonna sit on the second. That's okay with me though. There's nobody in front of me now, so.
Welcome aboard the Wildlife Express, a service from Rafiki's Planet Watch to the village of Harambe. As you head back out into Disney's Animal Kingdom, Walt Disney's True Life Adventure series will touch the hearts of millions of viewers, inspiring a spirit of conservation and paving the road for the nature documentaries we see today. That same power immediately inspired the creation of Disney Nature, the latest continuation of this wildlife storytelling tradition. With the release of powerful films like African Cats, Born in China, and Penguins, Disney Nature creates a unique opportunity to connect with wildlife on an emotional level, inspiring us to preserve nature through care and understanding. And you know that each film provides an opportunity for film lovers to become conservationists just by seeing films. Motion pictures where each Disney Nature release is directed through the Disney Conservation Fund, which legacy of animal storytelling that inspired the idea of Disney's Animal Kingdom, a place that celebrates our deep connection with animals, the magic of nature, and wonder of exploration that comes from preserving and protecting our natural world. As you venture out into the park today, or make your way back to wherever you call home, remember that legacy lives in you. We are now approaching the Harambe train station. For your safety and the safety of those around you, please sit all the way back against the bench and avoid getting out toward the railing. Be sure to watch your children as you exit. Go well, and remember, preserving the magic of nature begins
Hi, everybody.
with Sunday.
Everybody's just enjoying their meal at the Harambe Market. Welcome back to Disney's Animal Kingdom Park. It's nice that they have gates open, so you don't have to worry about it. That's nice. I appreciate you joining all of us today here at Disney. I hope everybody in Northeast is staying safe, as I know there is bad weather and we are getting rain down here today. So it's supposed to clear up tomorrow, but this afternoon between 4 and I think 8 p.m. today, we're at like 95 to 100%. And the cold front's coming in, which we don't mind because it's pretty humid today. So again, I appreciate all of you being here, and ta-ta for now. Bye.